Welcome back to Get Your Popcorn Ready. It's your boy Hatch with my man T.O. in the building.
What's up?
Coming to the show today. See, I was gonna say stage.
Yeah.
Coming to the show today, we got this comedian. He's world-renowned, huge fan base, big. Russell Peters is coming to the show today, dog.
I'm looking forward to it. Got a chance to peep out some of his clips of some of his shows.
Yeah.
Guy's pretty funny.
Oh, he's funny. He's huge too. He's probably bigger worldwide than he is just here in the States. Like, he travels a lot.
So he's more internationally known than probably like mainstream, like
yeah, for sure.
Here in the States.
Absolutely. Like I say, he just put a billboard up on Sunset of him. So he's big. He's big. So we're welcoming Russell Peters to the show. Get your popcorn ready. Coming up.
Hey, and make sure you guys subscribe to the Get Your Popcorn Ready podcast on Himalaya app. Welcome to Get Your Popcorn Ready. I'm your host today, T.O.
No.
This is my guy.
No, I'm the host today. Welcome to Get Your Popcorn Ready. This is Hatch. I'm the host today. Now what?
I'm just a fill-in.
There you go, just a fill-in. We got our man Russell Peters coming to the stage today, baby.
I'm not on the stage. I'm on the stage.
Well, it's kind of a
I'm
stage.
at the
It's
table.
just something I say.
I'm at the table.
If you're gonna do it right. Come
You
on,
know
bro.
what?
It's not a stage.
But we're on stage.
Oh man, Hatch, you already fucked this one up.
Exactly.
Dang
This
it.
is why his Q rating is on a decline.
You
and
know what?
We need this show.
So
to
that
get
means
it.
I do have a Q rating. You said I'm on decline. That means I have one.
It's not. It's in the negative.
Wow. Okay, Russell, do you have a Q rating?
I don't know.
Do you know what it is?
I know what it is, but I'm pretty sure I don't have one.
I think we need
because
to
I
look
went
at
to
that.
dinner last night and there was tons of paparazzi and none of them looked at me. One did this. One did this.
No, not him. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And then I went in the restaurant. I go, I wonder who's in there. Fucking nobody. There was nobody in the restaurant. And then I'm eating, and then I see, I don't know who left. And then I saw these fucking flashes going on outside. I go,
And you don't know who
the fuck was that? There was
right.
nobody here.
You know what? Maybe they thought that was Russell Peters in there, and then
No.
the real one came in, and you're like, okay, you missed it.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, you know.
That must be it.
You know what I'm saying? So do you get noticed more like in this country or because we know you're huge worldwide, right? You're one of the top comedians in the world because you travel a lot. Do you get noticed here more in California and LA area or probably overseas where you travel?
No, I get more and more. I'm getting noticed, and by more different people. It used to be like, I knew if I saw an Indian person, I was like, I know that guy's gonna know. Right. And if I saw an Asian person, likely they're gonna know. But now it's like trippy. It's like real like hard ass hood kids like, hey yo, cuz I seen you, cuz. And I'm like, oh hey, you funny as fuck, dog. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, well thanks. And then I got like real white guys like kind of like, hey man, I really enjoyed your stuff. I'm like, wow, this is getting good. Just crossing that board, kid.
Yeah, you got to cross over, man. Shoot, what's some of the big shows you've done overseas though? Because we know, like I said, you like to do your thing overseas. What's the biggest show you've done overseas?
I know what the biggest show. I mean, I always get to do like some groundbreaking type shit. So.
Like what?
What's groundbreaking?
So last year in June, I opened the new Coca-Cola arena in Dubai.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
big.
I was literally the first performer in there. Like,
Nice.
they were still taking the plastic off the seat the day the show was opening.
So how was it? How was
It was dope. It was like 14,000 people.
Yeah, that's big.
Wow.
That's
Yeah, it was
major.
good.
That's
It was
major.
nice. It was real nice.
So when you go on stage, do you have kind of like, going into it based on where you are, kind of the material that you're going to use, or is just kind of sometimes just off the cuff?
Both. I know what my act is going to be, but then I always go off the cuff. And then you always got to add a joke for whatever local place you're in. You know, I'm in Houston. I got to mention, hey, don't film me because I know you guys have problems with that out here. If I'm in Alabama, I probably don't do a show. But
I didn't get the Houston thing, so I wouldn't have been a good.
You didn't get that
No, I
because they
didn't.
were filming at the baseball games. You know, cheating.
Cheating in the whole
Astros.
mic and the
Shit.
Astros
See,
and
it went
all
over
that.
my head. See, I don't know.
Yeah. See, he kind of slow. He might not get your
That
comedy.
CTE's a motherfucker.
Yeah,
man, I'll tell you.
absolutely.
No,
Absolutely.
I'm actually pretty good.
No, you all right. You all right. You get headaches?
Very seldom. I know
Okay.
when I get headaches, it's because of
Like you like to
dehydration
sleep, yeah.
Or stress.
No, it's not really stress. I mean, being in here, this is stress relief. You know what I mean?
I know.
And I got comic. He tries to have comic relief, but that's why we brought you in today.
Hey.
No, it's nice. I can see like a successful football player and you.
Hey.
Exactly.
I was. You know what? I got my 8 years in.
Did
and
you?
That was a
Where,
success.
CFL?
No,
Oh, sorry.
no, in the NFL, and it was that was a success to me.
What
My
team?
8 years was a success. So I started out with the Minnesota Vikings, then I went to the New York Jets, stint in Oakland for a year, and then I finished up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, that was
So
my
you worked
8
for the
years.
Indian guy.
Yeah. Well, no, I think he wasn't
Pakistani, whatever.
that wasn't the owner at the time.
It's like the same thing, right? No,
I mean, essentially.
I just
It's
want
all-
to.
They
it's
get
either
mad when you
it's
say it.
I didn't want to
It's
say
dot Indian or
I said
who
it
Indian.
because
No.
I know that's probably not politically correct.
No, it's not even
So I
that.
wanted
It's kind of true. I mean, like genetically speaking, if you were to take a DNA from
The
an
science
Indian and take
behind
the DNA from a Pakistani, it's gonna
be
the
the
same
same
fucking
thing.
DNA. Yeah,
Okay.
Well, you know that y'all look alike. That's what we say.
we're the same people.
So here,
They get mad as shit when I say it though. We're not the same. I'm like, why we're
to
the
us,
same?
y'all the same.
No, they are.
No,
the fuck-
we all
are.
are the same. We're about the same. We're the same color, so
Yeah.
we kind of blend in. Well, I
No,
don't.
we're not-
but-
no.
Well, we got Indians way darker than you.
Oh,
Really?
Oh yeah, they don't have the genetic gift, but they, they just they're just dark as fuck. Some of them. You go to
Really?
the South and it's like, God damn, son. Like,
Maybe
Yeah.
that's where you're from.
Well, that don't just because you're the same color.
I'm
don't
just-
think you're a comedian.
I'm not the same color
Exactly.
as him.
kinda-
Baby,
anybody got
close
lotion?
to
I'm
it.
ashy as shit.
Close to it. Yeah, he you can tell he put on a little moisturizer.
He did.
That's
Look
what
at
I
the-
should.
he look a little
Forehead kind of
glossy.
shiny.
You know, mine too.
Hey.
Look at that. It's shiny. You know what I mean? Same.
Hey,
there. It's kinda-
at least I'm not wearing a nose ring.
Oh shit! That does look a little.
It looks like you got a nose ring in.
It's all
Now
right,
that I
you
just
know.
It does
saw
look
that.
a little.
I'm
What's that guy's name?
I'm a little
the
bit of-
basketball player.
I'm a cultural, a little
From the
eclectic.
Bulls. Rodman, yeah, a little
Rodman got a little Rodman.
All
So
right.
you and Rodman look alike.
I got a
That's what
little.
we came up
Yeah,
with.
that's all right. Good. Speaking of that, not that, but like, who are like some of your favorite comedians? Like, who inspired you to be or do what you do, and then what made you think that you were like funny and you could do what you do right now?
So I would listen to comedy in the 70s, like because that's how you consumed it. There was no like watching.
So give me some 70s.
Like so, my
comedians.
parents had Red Fox Dirty Jokes record at home.
Wow.
And I wasn't supposed to know about it, but I found it, and I would listen to it with the headphones on, and I would giggle, and then I'd put it away. But then I would discover George Carlin, and then Cheech and Chong, and then Steve Martin, and then Eddie Murphy came around. I was like, oh shit,
Blew your mind.
This is real deal.
this is dope. And then I saw Eddie Murphy in concert in 1986
Really?
in Toronto at Maple Leaf Gardens, and then my friend's sister, she was kind of like a groupie. So she told me that her and her homegirls were going to Eddie Murphy's hotel.
Nice.
And then she told me which hotel and which room. So me and my friend that I went to the concert with, we ran from Maple Leaf Gardens to the Four Seasons
No,
Hotel.
you didn't go knock at the door.
Oh, it gets better. We're fucking 15-year-old boys still. We're like, and we walk into the hotel. We don't want to them to be suspicious. So we walk past the elevators and somehow right into the kitchen of the hotel. We walked through the kitchen, get to the fire escape stairs, and ran up 25 flights of stairs.
Wow.
And then knocked on his room door, and we're drenched with sweat, panting. And then his bodyguard opens the door and goes, yeah. And I go, Eddie here?
What?
And he goes, you got sisters? Huh? You got a sister? I'm like, no. He goes, well, you ain't getting in then.
Right.
And I go, well, but we just ran here and we ran up 25. So you'll want a soda? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take a soda. So he gave me a Coke, and I was like, yo, Eddie Murphy gave me a Coke.
Of course, that's the story.
Yeah.
Wow.
A Coke without no smile.
Yeah. Well, the kind of smiled. It was like,
Get out of here, kid.
get out of here.
Yeah, girls only at that. Well, now you being older, you understand what was going on. In the
Oh, yeah,
room.
I get it now. I mean, like, but it didn't look like a suite or nothing. It just looked like a tiny ass little room.
Well, back in the day, it probably was, but I'm sure he wouldn't do that now.
Now, you know what? It was probably not even his room. It was probably one of the bodyguards' rooms.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts, yeah.
Eddie
That
was
makes
probably in a
sense.
suite, like on a higher level or some shit.
Yeah. Did you ever talk to the girl after that? Did they go see Eddie that night?
Yeah, I talked to him after. I go, what happened?
Yeah,
I go,
what's-
well,
what-
you know. I was like, oh, okay.
What was their story?
But they didn't have one. I was just like, yo, we knocked. They go, was that you guys?
We heard you guys.
I couldn't
knock.
hear you. I had a dick in my ear.
Did I interrupt anything?
So like I said, you grew up in Canada, but like I said, a lot of your comedy, you're talking Indian. right?
I'm talking Indian.
You have an Indian accent.
I don't do it like that. You got this all
I'm
wrong.
sorry,
Hatch.
Indian.
What the fuck?
From Mumbai. Like
why would I do impressions.
Impression.
Yeah, you made it sound like I walk on stage and I'm good evening everybody.
That's what you don't do that.
What the fuck I do?
Okay.
you ever seen me? Goddammit!
I've seen you, but you never walked on stage and said, "Okay, I get it."
Yeah,
but you did.
Like if I'm talking about my dad, I do an impression of him.
Right,
Yeah.
it's an impression.
Right,
So
yeah.
the Indian impression that you do.
Well, it's my dad. Well,
Okay.
really, it's not my dad.
That's like, how'd you get? Because you grew up in Canada. You didn't.
Yeah, but my parents are still from India.
But they're
So
still it's part of their culture.
They speak
Not like that, but it's more exaggerated because it's not funny the way my dad
Because
talks.
it's a little bit different dialect with different.
No, they were just speaking English, but they just had an accent.
Oh, okay.
It's like how you sound country.
Right.
Yeah, he does.
Southern.
Yeah, sounds kind
It's more southern than country.
No.
I mean, okay, it's not country,
Country,
but
exactly.
But
you know, I'm from the South.
oh yeah,
You can tell I'm from the South.
Like I'm from Toronto, so we're attached to New York. So whatever New York did, we copied.
Right.
So to me, I kind of think New York, and I'm like anybody outside of New York is kind of country to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're country too.
I'll be
Oh yeah,
country.
where are you
That's
from?
fine. Ohio.
You're from Ohio?
Yeah.
I thought you were
Ohio.
from Texas.
No. No. Cleveland,
What part of
Ohio.
Ohio?
Why he just looked at your
Cleveland,
head
Ohio.
and noticed like everything's big.
I didn't know you were from Cleveland.
Everything's big in Texas. You know what I mean? So he just assumed. I would assume you're
That
from
was
Texas
your
too.
Best joke.
That's what I'm saying. But
That was you might want to write that down and text yourself
I'm
that
just
later
saying,
on, 'cause that's
dog.
probably
Like
the only
everything's
joke
big
you've
in
ever
Texas, so
told.
he looked at your forehead and just
There you
assumed.
go, you know,
He even
that
said
you-
forehead.
Yeah,
That's how you
I know. That's what I'm saying. I
Country,
get it.
country.
That's part of the. You know,
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
he's from Ohio. I don't know what to consider that.
Hey,
I mean,
you're on your way to Ohio, aren't you? Aren't you going to Ohio? Like
I don't want to brag, guys. I'm going to Columbus next week.
There you go. Yeah,
Columbus, Ohio?
Columbus, Ohio.
And guess what's following Columbus?
Toledo.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're jealous.
So, so Columbus, Toledo. Then you're gonna go over to Dubai. I mean, how do you compare those?
No, right now I'm
cities?
writing. This is my writing process.
Okay, writing new jokes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I go do different clubs every weekend.
So
what
test
go-
your material.
I just talk shit until I come up with stuff.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay, so when you just go, you don't.
I don't
you
sit
have
down and
nothing-
write nothing. I can't do that. I'm not.
Gotcha.
If I was able to do that, I probably wouldn't be doing comedy because I'd be smart then.
Yeah.
But some people do that though.
No,
right?
I know people are smart enough to do that.
Right.
But you're
And
not smart enough to do that.
I'm not smart enough to do that, and I'm also too fucking lazy to do that.
But you know what works for you.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm doing this 31 years. I figured out what works
You
for me.
figured it out. Yeah, you have figured it out. Man,
I can't believe you're from
31 years.
Cleveland. I'm just shocked by
Are you
this.
shocked by that? Because we got good people in Cleveland, huh? Give a shout out to Cleveland, Cleveland, Ohio.
I mean, you got a lot
OH10,
of
when we get
comics
it
out
in.
of
We
Cleveland.
do. We got a lot of everything.
Arsenio, Steve Harvey. Well, Arsenio.
Dang.
Halle Berry.
Halle
Steve
Berry.
Harvey's
we got
nice,
everything
though.
from
Steve
Ohio.
Harvey's
Like
nice.
LeBron's from Ohio. We got everybody's from Ohio. You know what I'm saying? We got our piece.
I mean, Ohio did do some good things.
We did.
You started funk.
Yeah, we did. Started pimping.
Dayton started funk. You started pimping.
I think the
Pimping started in Cleveland.
pimping started
I've been
in
to
Cleveland.
Cleveland. There ain't no
Ain't
bitches
no-
there. I know who the fuck started pimping. Hey, pimping. Hey, pimping that pole right there.
So
Don't
who are some of your top comedians that you will watch?
I don't really watch it at all anymore.
But who? Okay, I get it. I'm the same. I'm like that with football. I don't.
You don't
I
watch
play,
it, do you?
No,
You
I
don't watch
played
football.
football, but I don't really watch it.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of it.
Yeah, you
Just
did
what I
it. It's like your job, and you were like, would I want to see somebody do this? I don't
Right,
wanna-
right.
I know how to do this.
Right.
But I mean,
And
like
you see all the comics when you work in the clubs anyway.
Right. You pass them and all
Yeah,
that.
you bump it. See, that's the popcorn shit
There
you
you
was telling you
go.
about before we
Don't-
started saving.
Russell Peters go choke and die on the get your popcorn.
And it's
ready.
good ass popcorn too. That's the bad part.
Yeah, hey, you heard that right? We got some good popcorn here. Get your popcorn ready with Russell Peters, my man. So now going back over, I want to compare like your dates when you do Columbus, Ohio, or small cities here, and going over to Dubai and all those.
Yeah, but by the time I get there, I have an act ready.
Okay.
I have a tour name. I have an act. I have my DJs. I have my cameramen. It's a big production at that point.
so
right
it's like
now,
preseason.
yeah, this is like training camp.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I liken it to boxing. It's like you're in the gym every day. You're hitting the bag. Some days you're sparring. Some days you're not.
Right.
You know, it's the way it goes.
Okay. No, you're a big boxing fan too,
Yeah.
right? Huge.
That's my number one.
That's your number one.
Boxing and then MMA.
Okay.
But I do jujitsu too now. So
So you work out. You do jujitsu.
I do jujitsu.
Okay.
I try to do it every day.
We had a guest on last night, and he's former football player Sean Merriman.
Oh, I seen Sean in the gym
Yeah.
boxing now.
Oh, so can you give us What do you think?
I mean, he's a big fucking strong guy.
You put hands on him? Can you whoop him?
Nah, I mean, maybe on jiu-jitsu I could take him down for sure. I'd get rid of him.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would let him. I'd let us because I know how to box. So, and if a guy's like his size, I'd be like, well, all I gotta do is avoid that and then take him down, and I got him. The minute I get on top of you, it's good night. I don't care how fucking big you are.
See,
you're gonna get taken.
The technical stuff.
yeah, that's
Sean
the
was
I know you
about.
have a neck and I know you have an arm.
Right.
I'm gonna get one of them.
So that's some of the tactical stuff
Yeah.
again we were asking about too. Like,
And I'll just lay on you, and you think I'm doing nothing.
But you are.
Yeah, and while you're scrambling and trying to,
You're
do whatever you
getting
do, I'm just letting you move
Applying.
into position. You're moving into position. I'm not moving into position.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's how you stay in shape.
Well, it's the
That's
best
it.
shape I can get in. I'm Indian. I don't have good genetics. Look
So
at both of you. Both stopped playing how long ago?
I'm 10 years, 12 years
2011. Yeah, was my last year.
So and you're still in great shape.
Yeah,
Look at
I
this.
am. I don't know about
How
him.
old are you
I
now,
am.
Hatch?
Look,
I'm
in good
45, man.
And you're 47?
shape. 46.
When's your birthday? Oh, December 7th.
Mhm.
That's right. Day after my mom.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, you're
Late.
Pearl Harbor. Right.
yep, Pearl Harbor Day.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't- Pearl Harbor, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Of course you didn't.
Okay, you didn't. What you talking about? You just found out too. Stop
What?
playing.
What happened on December 7th?
You were born.
Besides that,
You were
Somebody got
born
a pearl
again.
necklace.
he's trying to help
It was
you out.
it was actually a Pearl Harbor necklace.
Yeah,
He didn't
he's
say
trying
it
to
was
help
coming.
you out.
Ba, 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 ba.
Right, exactly. Try to help him out. That's good.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so let's say now, when you go overseas, so where's your like tour gonna start then?
I don't know.
So they put all that, they book.
I mean,
all
I got
that,
like
and you
dates
just show
starting
up.
in June.
Mm-hmm.
The new tour I'm calling the Brownsploitation Tour.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Why not?
you love being politically incorrect.
I
That's
mean,
is that your thing? That's your lane?
I wouldn't say that I love it. It's just I don't believe in being politically correct. Is all it is.
Right.
I don't go out of my way to be politically incorrect.
Right.
And really, what is politically correct anymore? That's the standard that politicians should be held to, and they're not fucking politically correct
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly.
So why
Facts.
should we be politically correct if we're not politicians?
Yeah, we definitely ain't no politicians.
Yeah, I've never ever told nobody to grab somebody by the pussy.
And if you did,
And-
you'd be
and-
vilified
You would go
for
to-
If I did, I could have been president.
it. Pretty much.
Yeah, if I did that, I'd go to jail for sure.
You would have got shot by the cops before that.
Without a doubt.
then
without
put
a
in
doubt.
jail.
You got kids now, Hatch?
I don't. Not
Oh,
yet.
That's envious. I'm
Yeah.
envious.
You just had
I got a 10-month-old. Yeah.
10, right. Congratulations.
Oh,
on
yeah,
that.
guess,
congratulations, man.
Yeah, sure.
He just had how old is she?
8 months.
8 months.
8 months. What do you go?
Girl,
Well, one day they'll date.
perhaps.
You gotta be all. Why you gotta be all?
I just said perhaps.
I know,
didn't
but
say no.
that was one of those. Stay the fuck away from my daughter.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
My
He-
son's
yeah.
pretty, man. I'll tell you about an ugly
let's
baby.
See a picture. Let's see a picture of the.
Oh, you
of
want
the
to see my
baby.
daughter then?
Yeah.
Let's just skip the podcast. Let's
And
just
fuck
We
this
got-
podcast. I'll just show pictures
Y'all
of our
would
kids.
try to get a baby date. How y'all gonna do baby dates? Huh? What they gonna do? Just pass each other's bottles to each other? Have some milk together?
Look, he's a good looking kid.
Looks nothing like you.
I know that's why he's a good looking kid. Look, he's a good looking kid, right?
That is a good looking kid.
Oh yeah, look at my listen to my daughter. Listen to her. Listen.
That's
What's his mom? What's her mom? Sorry. What?
Italian.
Oh shit.
That's voiceover. That was T saying that.
Exactly.
Oh,
Beautiful
shit.
daughter.
Yeah, she's.
I got a
y'all
daughter, too.
Hook that up.
She's
Yeah,
10.
Hook that up.
Oh, okay.
No, she's 9. Fuck.
Oh, you're in trouble.
She will be 10 this year. It's when I'm.
what
Everything's
you-
changing.
Has she ever seen any of your shows? Is she old enough now? Or she's
To
about
understand.
She knows what I do.
Mm-hmm.
She's come to shows, but she sits in the back
Yeah.
because I tell her, you don't want to hear Daddy swearing tonight, baby. Just
Right.
stay in the back, put your headphones on.
Right.
Right.
She doesn't care
Watch
about
Peppa
the show.
the
She's
Pig.
not like, oh, I want to see what's going on. She's like, it's not for me.
That's
My
funny.
daughter gets it. She knows how to lay in the cut.
Right. What
I
about?
could
What about
have
your-
brought her here and she wouldn't have bothered nobody.
Good.
Right.
She might have interrupted us a few times.
Right. Say,
Daddy.
she wants something.
Daddy, we're doing a podcast. Daddy, can you just buy me this on Roblox, please? How old are your kids?
My oldest is 20.
Oh shit.
He's got one.
kids.
He's got a kid at every year, so it's 20 down to 10 months, 8 months. So he's got 19 kids.
That's good.
Yeah.
Your pullout game's terrible. You pulled out of more games than you did pussy.
That's a fact. That is absolutely a fact.
Yeah. The only thing I pull out is my couch.
You pulled out your dick a few times too.
This guy. Y'all stupid. So I want to go back to your traveling overseas.
It's boring, Hatch.
It's not boring to us.
Let's just talk like fucking gentlemen.
Yeah, well, gentlemen overseas. But like, tell us like something. Give us a story like going overseas. Like, you know, what was something?
Just, you know, I get to meet a lot of different people. Like 2 weeks ago now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, 2 weeks today. In fact, I was in London and I was hanging out with Prince Charles.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that?
Me,
How
Prince
was that
Charles, and Katy Perry.
That's random.
Yeah.
Very.
Okay.
And he's cool as shit.
I heard he's a cool dude.
No, but like I was shocked, you know.
Like
that's
like,
what I'm going to be saying when you leave here. I'm like, yo, I hung out with Russell Peters. Man,
we're going to hang out again.
He's cool as shit.
Your little Italian baby and my little Mexican son, we're going to...
Right, that's a mixture right there.
Yeah, they're going to build something. Whether it's a wall or a house, it don't matter. They're going to build something.
So how was it meeting them?
So I expected it like to be like, you know, with the photo op picture, like, thanks for coming.
Very formal.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. He dapped you up like the...
Oh yeah, he was like, Russell Peters, or should I call you the Indian detective? Because that was a TV show I did. And he goes, I go, holy shit, he knows my show. Nice. He goes, I haven't. I go, have you seen it? He goes, no, I have yet to see it, but I've heard wonderful things about it. Can you send it to me? And I'm like, what? Send it to you. I'm about to get Prince Charles' fucking email.
Nice, yeah.
And I go, oh yeah, I mean it's on Netflix, but I can send it to you. I got all tongue twisted. I was like, I didn't expect this, right?
Your voice went high?
No, it was just it was like that left hook you don't see coming. Oh, what the fuck was that? You know?
Right.
Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, I could send it to you, but I mean, I and then he's like, then I go. Other people came to do the photos, and then I just kept standing there like a fucking idiot. So then I stepped off. I moved out, and then I was like, okay, I guess that's it for me and Prince Charles. And then he starts walking, and I'm standing there and goes, so he starts walking and talking to me. So we're just walking and talking. He's like, so you flew in specifically for this, did you? And I go, thank you for coming all that way. It's a long journey. and he really emphasizes words like a detective. That's how he said it.
Really?
Russell Peters, the Indian detective. I got a video of him introducing me. It was pretty dope.
So how did he introduce you?
He said, "Oh, play the fucking video. Why would I say it when I can just play the goddamn video?"
But I just wanted to hear your impression.
I'll play his and then I'll do my impression.
No, I want you to do the impression and then look at the video second to see if you're on.
I am incredibly grateful to the wonderful comic genius, Russell Peters, or as I understand, we should be referring to him as the Indian
Detective.
I like that. That's major.
Nice.
Peters, comic genius. He emphasizes words. Probably the last one. Terrell Owens. Matthew Hatch.
No, it's Terrell.
Terrell?
Terrell.
See, I'm a boxing fan, so there was Tyrell Biggs. So I go with Terrell for Tyrell.
No,
right.
Terrell.
That's them. I mean, it's
there's a kid in my daughter's school, and the kid's father is like Michael Jackson's nephew, and his name's Terrell too.
Terrell.
Yeah,
Like
it's the same, exact
Texas.
same.
Yeah, Terrell Texas.
Jackson. That's your new name. Terrell Jackson.
He's
cool.
Terrell Jackson, that kid, I think.
There it is. Yeah. That's what you go be
Me,
now.
Michael Jackson.
Don't
all
put
of us,
see, he always tries to put his name into those big, superstars. Like he's not that. He's not on that.
Listen, I got to
pedestal.
tell both of you something. I don't like football.
You know what?
I'm with you. I don't like it either. I just played the shit.
Don't be a hater. I do love it.
He loves it.
I do love the
Let me
sport.
tell you something. My problem is with this fucking sport.
Tell me about.
First
football.
of all, people really romanticize this fucking game like it's so exciting.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, it is
What else
the
would you
most
suggest
boring
then?
fucking sport.
What's boring? Is it that you don't understand it?
Listen, okay. Well, number one, I don't understand it.
Okay,
True,
right.
But what I don't understand is there's 4 seconds of action.
7.
And then there's a fucking meeting for 10 minutes. And then the 4 more seconds, and then another fucking meeting. This game could be over in 15 minutes.
Sure, that
but
sounds
you
like
stretch
me in the
it out
bedroom.
for 3 hours.
That sounds like me in the bedroom.
4 seconds and then a meeting?
Yeah.
I want to apologize about that.
I'm just saying.
Oh, and then
clearly that must be his scenario too, because he ain't got no kids.
I mean, he's got premature ejaculation 2 blocks from her house.
Right
on the drive up.
So when he gets
yeah, what happened?
I'm not gonna
tire.
make it, baby. I'm not gonna make it over.
I blew a tire.
Right.
So you don't understand it, right?
I don't understand it.
When you see a play, right? When you watch,
just put it anywhere, Matthew.
Yeah, I mean that's what she said.
I wish I had a flag right now. Just throw it over there.
Hey, more your little.
This is why you only played 8 years.
Clearly,
a little clumsy over here. So for all you listeners out there, I just spilled the popcorn. So you got to forgive us.
That's why you only play 8 years.
Hey, I heard him. Shut up. Oh, that was an accident. You never had no accident, Russ?
Oh man,
yeah. What's not here.
So I know you done stubbed your toe in the middle of the night or something, or you spilled the Kool-Aid or something.
But nobody was there to see it.
Right?
Hey, it ain't on film, dummy.
Yeah. Let me. Hey, look.
God. Oh,
I'm putting all this in the middle.
Yeah, keep that coffee the fuck over there, man.
Oh, y'all stupid. Can't stand y'all.
We're stupid.
With friends like this,
Exactly.
with friends like this, who needs enemies? You know what I'm saying? But okay, so you don't understand the game.
I don't understand.
So what sport do you follow?
I'm just boxing and MMA, just combat sports.
You know, I would have never guessed that you would be a follower of MMA.
I mean, I boxed amateur for 9 years.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, see this?
Good deal. So it used to be straight.
It was just he probably used to be smaller. I mean, it was a big target. I got clocked on that right away. So even with headgear on, I was trying to get a headgear that stretched out, and I mean with a big ass forehead thing on it to protect my nose.
So he wouldn't have been a good boxer, huh?
I would have been a great boxer.
No,
you
want to
find out, young fella? Put these hands
that
on
target
you.
right there,
You know what
dog.
I'm saying?
He got a big target.
Good
right
old
there.
football fights.
Hey,
with all
the gear on.
Yeah, with all your gear on.
Hitting each
Real
other in the
tough
head,
guys
yeah,
out there.
Exactly.
You know the tough guys are in sports, as far as I'm concerned, the hockey players.
Because
those white boys are crazy.
No, they're very tough.
Yeah, they fight.
And they fight on ice.
Which is harder.
You can't even get like balance, and they still manage to knock each other out. I'm like, damn, that's pretty good.
That's impressive. 8 to 9
8
years.
years in school.
9 years.
9. Listen, I say 9. Let me be real with you. It was 85 to 94, right? But it was really like 85 to like 88 and a half.
So you weren't there.
Like
the
88
rest.
and a half, and then I started going less and less. Like it would go from 4 days a week.
3
to 3 to 2 to 1 to once a month to
So
90. By
boxing-
94 came around, I go, I guess I don't box no more. I haven't been in a while.
So boxing, you went from boxing and you're transitioning to comedy.
But I was doing comedy while I was
you were
boxing.
boxing.
Oh wow, that didn't affect your comedy?
Nah.
That was the comedy.
I wasn't getting hit no more by then.
Really?
Yeah, I stopped sparring probably around late 80s. You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck am I doing this for?
Yeah, I'm funny.
I'm not going to be a pro fighter. I don't need to get punched in the face.
No.
I'm probably going to get hit on stage anyway. So
Wow.
I'm trying to, I liked sparring. It was fun because it was always light sparring. It was never like fucking. I was never in a war in the gym.
Really? So
We didn't have no killers.
So you
in
were
our
just
gym.
right. I say you were just telling them like y'all was just kind of play fighting pretty much.
No, we would tap each other, and if every now and then you'd hit somebody a little harder than you meant to, or
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
why would I do that?
Because that was your accent.
Did you see?
That's how I talk.
That's how you was
Is
talking.
that what you hear right now?
Did you
what I-
see
yeah.
that
'Cause when if I
impression? That's
That's
terrible.
what the fuck you hear.
That's
right
terrible.
you look like from Mumbai. You look like from Mumbai. That's my
You're just
Mumbai
like
accent.
saying.
I love saying
I don't know
Mumbai.
what fucking accent that is.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
That's so politically incorrect.
I'm not worried about politically incorrect. I'm worried about racially inaccurate.
that too. Just
That's all I got. That's my Indian accent.
I know. Why don't you do a Cleveland Indian accent?
a Cleveland Indian. Oh, I like that Cleveland Indian
You
accent.
just now caught that?
Yeah.
A little late. That was like
No,
30
I did not
seconds
caught
ago.
it.
No, you didn't catch it.
He did caught it.
Yeah. First of all, yeah.
What part of Alabama?
I
are you from?
did.
The one that can't
I did
spell
catch
and
it. What do
read.
you mean? I said
one.
I caught it.
All of it.
Did I say I did what?
Yeah, you did.
My bad.
It's okay.
It's all good.
It's all
Speaking
good.
of like just racial slurs and things has there ever been any controversy behind something that you've said? I know every blue moon there have a comedian that does something crazy, say something insensitive or what have you, and then it's all over TMZ and then
Nah, that. I think I get like when I post old clips, like shit from I said like maybe 15, 12, 15 years ago. I get like young kids now like commenting, man, you shouldn't say that. I'm like, fuck you, dick.
Right.
That shit was hilarious when I did it.
Right.
Nobody was offended then.
Right, you're seeing it 15
I'm not
years
saying
later.
it now, so shut the fuck up and just laugh, you stupid.
You can't say that to a little kid.
Yeah, I mean, little kid like in their 20s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the 18, whatever these, fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, you sensitive bitches, stop it. Just grow a pair.
Yeah, facts. Right.
That's what I'm working. That's all the material I'm working on right now is about that. Like about how sensitive this next the generation below us is.
Right.
And like,
but do they really matter though? Or are you just trying to?
No, they do matter.
But you're educating them. At the same
I'm
time.
just trying to explain to them why we're this way. Like
we grew up this way.
Yeah, we grew up this way, and we're like the watered down version of our parents because our parents said some foul shit.
Yeah, it's just like even just with disciplining kids now. Like I got beat.
I got my ass whooped.
So now you get
whooped.
You get hit.
Yeah.
You know, you get used to. They see any type of marks on your kid. They're calling you.
They calling
the parents. They calling HR.
Yeah.
They calling people in.
Oh, yeah,
we got beat with switches. Like
I
wouldn't say beat. We got whoopings. Like
I got beat.
White people, they say whippings or they put their kids in timeout.
Yeah, we never
timeout.
No.
First of all,
my timeout was if I was bleeding.
Right. I knew
give them
nothing.
5 minutes and I'm gonna whoop you again.
Get the cut man in here.
Timeout was only a reference to sports.
Yeah.
when I grew up.
Yeah, there was no
Then to now
timeout.
hear, parents put their kids in timeout. I'm like, what?
Or take away their iPad or
right.
something.
Even my daughter's mom, I'm like, yeah, I put her in timeout. I'm like, what? Just whoop her butt.
Yeah.
Like that's
real
what needs to
discipline.
happen. Because
Well, see, with
kids
girls, it's different, I think.
No,
You won't whoop your girl?
No, my daughter's actually really sweet. I would tell you if she was a
But
dick.
girls
she's
are
not.
manipulative
That's good.
and they're
She's
very
not
smart.
Right.
Given this pointing cases, my daughter, she's very smart.
How old is she?
manipulative. She's 5.
Oh.
She's 5 and she knows like, okay, it happens to get in a timeout one time. Okay, it's maybe a little punishment. Then she knows she do something again, she go into the timeout. That's really nothing.
Yeah.
And then they progress.
She's like, I'm ready to do the time for this crime.
Right, exactly. Then they progress. No, not like you said. You mentioned they taking the iPad away.
Yeah.
Okay, you taking it taking away for a number of
15
hours, a
minutes,
day, or whatever. She knows. Okay, that's nothing.
Yeah. I'm still getting it back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She
My
knows
parents
she's
would
going
throw
to get
shit
it back.
out.
Like
Yeah, there's like
done,
fuck
gone.
that. Fuck it. You got? Okay. Trash. They'd show you it going in the trash.
She
And
start
then
crying.
I'd be like, they're gonna take it out. Like, nope, the trash is going out tomorrow. I'm like,
What?
there goes my fucking fake Atari that they bought me.
Yeah.
I didn't have the real one.
Well,
They had the Gemini. Remember Gemini? Gemini made like a knockoff Atari. They sold it at
I don't
Kmart
remember.
back in the day in the early 80s.
no.
And it played Atari games, but it wasn't an Atari system.
Did it have a remote?
It had a different controller. Instead of having the joystick, it had like a wheel. So you could draw, and it came with a free game. The free game was Mousetrap.
That's all you got. So that's how you
Go
learned
ahead.
video
They would
games.
just throw it out. I'm like, fuck.
I never had video games.
But they didn't throw it out that one because it was expensive. So they threw it out in front of me, and then
You cried.
it would show up a couple of days later.
But
But they would still have like dust and dirt on it, and she'd have to wipe it.
if
off.
like you got to clean it up.
If
you wanna play
my
the game.
grandmother was living today, trust me, it wouldn't have been no resurfacing. She would have smashed it right in front of
Yeah.
you.
The only reason my parents didn't because they paid for it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, if I paid for it, they would have been like, "Yeah, we'll smash it." But wait, hold on, this is our money you're fucking with now.
Video games is big. Yeah, I think like I said,
I
back
never
in the
really
day-
I wasn't much of a video game
I
guy.
loved video games. We
Did you?
never had
No, I had
one. but
friends, so I didn't need.
Yeah, I
them.
would go over to my friend's house and play video games. We never had one at the house, but I would always go to their houses and play. But yeah, that's
Were you a gamer?
No.
No.
I mean on the football field, actual sports.
Oh,
I'm a
nobody
gamer.
asked you all that.
You played football?
I'm talking to
Oh.
him. I'm talking.
You're talking to
Russell
us.
Pitas. Russell
He
Pitas.
just went Nigerian on you.
Yeah, Russell Pitas. Yeah, but I back in the day, yeah, the Atari, Nintendo. Like I played like in college, it was a big thing. We played Coach K, and then
That's when Sega. That's when Sega came. Yeah.
Sega, all those. Then
College football. came out.
Contra. And you do the up, down, left, right. You get the little extra code for like extra points, extra men.
Don't know what that is.
I
but-
never. I used to sleep back in like '96. I used to sleep on Patrice O'Neal's couch in Jersey.
Who is Patrice O'Neal?
He was one of the funniest comics to have ever lived. If you
Really?
ever get a chance, and especially both of y'all, I mean, especially you because you got kids and baby mamas, you should definitely watch this. Watch his last special, Elephant in the Room. Probably the best stand-up special I've seen in 30 years.
Elephant in the
Really?
room.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Okay.
Okay.
I used to sleep on his couch when him and Keith Robinson were roommates,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd have to sit in the armchair while they were playing fucking video games till 6:30 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would have to tell them, still sit together, so that way I can have a space on the couch where your asses weren't all night,
Yeah.
so I could have a clean. I didn't want to have my fucking head in Patrice's 450-pound ass space, so I would sleep at the other end of the couch.
So is that when did you get your big break? Like your first big
I never really got a
show?
big break. It was like, it just kind of happened. Nobody was like, here's your big break.
Right.
You know,
because you were sleeping on couches for so long.
I was sleeping on
right?
couches for a long time. I got to do what I got to do. Right.
So when did you know that you were like, okay, I'm on to something? Like you were.
I still didn't really know. I was thinking it was just like a thing that was happening and was going to go away. So like in like 2005, things started to pick up and change. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm making way more money at these shows.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, it's going to suck when this ends. And then I was like, I literally thought it was like, you're going to do this one show. They're going to give you some money and it's not going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
That's
There's
how I
no
was.
way.
Similar path with football.
Right.
Same thing.
How did your shit happen? You made a fuck ton of money though, right?
But it just happened. Like I never thought I would play beyond the collegiate level. I'm sure these guys have heard the story. Like I never thought I was going to be a professional receiver.
Right.
I just thought I was going to play. I played in high school, and to get to UT Chattanooga.
Were you the best in your high school?
No.
Hmm.
To get to Chattanooga, I got there on the heels of someone else that they were recruiting. So I got there.
Did that guy go pro?
No.
Was he better than you?
Yes.
And why did he not go pro?
Like I said, we have a similar path. Things happen for the people for whatever reasons, and you try to make the most of the opportunities. So that's kind of what happened.
Yeah, because I don't know football, but I knew who you were.
Have you ever? This is what I was trying to tell him.
Q rating.
You never seen him play?
No,
It's
I've never
right.
fucking seen anybody play.
Exactly.
Right, but he's heard.
When it's on, it looks like Japanese writing to me. I'm like, I don't know
but
what
that's why we're trying to explain him why it's Get Your Popcorn Ready with
It should
T.O.
be. It should
and
be
Hatch.
Hatch and T.O.
Like I know you and I know Ocho Cinco. Like
That's all that needs to be
and
said.
Ray Lewis, but I know Ray Lewis because me and him hung out back in the '90s in Toronto
Wow.
when he was there.
Oh, I was about to say you hung out in Atlanta.
No. When he first signed with the Ravens,
Mm-hmm.
and he was in Toronto, just hanging out, and he had just signed, and we had a great time. And then I didn't watch the game, so
Right.
I knew him. I was like, oh, that's Ray Lewis, a great guy. And then I started hearing about him, but I was like, I wasn't sure if that's the same guy. I mean, it looked like him and same name, but I was like, I don't think that's him. He can't be that good guy.
What?
Right,
One of the best linebackers ever.
And then I just saw him like at an Oscar party,
Right.
and we both look at each other and go, we hang out like 97. He goes, yeah, in Toronto, right? And
20 years ago.
30. Oh, yeah, 20 something years ago. Yeah,
years
shit.
ago. Wow.
And then he let me put on his ring and stuff. and
Right,
Took
right.
a picture with the ring. And
That's awesome.
yeah, it was kind of cool. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah. That's
He wants to
our
get into
boy.
acting now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, listen, last football player that got into acting made one giant mistake. He killed a white woman. So don't.
Oh my God, this
Yeah,
could
don't
this
make
go
that.
a number of ways, but we're gonna stay away from that.
Yeah, we go left right there.
Popcorn.
I thought you said you weren't politically correct.
Right,
guy.
you know what I mean?
You want to be alive though too.
Yeah, I ain't gonna throw my boy under the bus. You know what I mean? I'm not
Have
finna
you
do.
ever met
I'm not
OJ?
finna do no Gayle King stuff up in here. You know what I mean? I'm gonna
I
take
never
care
met
of
him.
my
You
own.
never met OJ?
I never-
Have you
why
met
would
OJ?
I have met him?
Have I met OJ?
I honestly only knew him from the Hertz commercials and
Right.
Naked Gun movies.
I had some OJ last night.
That's not the same. No.
Oh,
that's not what
that
we're talking
OJ.
about. This guy. This guy right
That's
here.
about it.
I remember him from the Flintstones. Remember they had OK Simstone?
No.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that one.
Back in the-
Okay.
Okay,
back in the- do you remember that?
Simpson.
On
Nobody
the
remembers
Flintstones
that.
back in the day, they
Nobody
had a
remembers that.
character named OK Simstone.
No, that nobody remembers
That's
that. But
hilarious.
you.
You can find that. Somebody Google that shit and you'll
You're
find
the
it.
only one that knows. Nobody in here
We
remembers
had
that.
one
Because I'm
view.
older than both of you.
Not by much.
I know,
Howdy.
but
Barely.
maybe I was just watching way more cartoons than y'all.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched.
He's a cartoon. So
yeah.
He's watching himself. Absolutely.
Probably.
I'm
I'd be. Yeah.
How did you guys become friends?
Oh, we were
He saw me
20.
from afar, started admiring my
He
skills.
came and got my autograph.
You know what I
I
mean?
said, "Get out of here, little kid."
He was like, hey, man, dark-skinned guys are back in style.
that too, and we still are.
Yeah.
"No, you're not."
You know who's staying at my house right now, speaking of dark skin, is Big Daddy Kane.
Oh, is he?
Big.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's Dark Gable. That's what he calls himself. So.
But we started out on the
job
same level, same playing field. Started out the same, just didn't end the same.
It didn't
but
end
guess
the
what?
same.
It's a full circle. We back together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all good.
So you met in football?
We met because of football.
Because of football, yeah.
Like we met in the airport
yeah.
actually. But like I said, we played each other that year. We just didn't cross. Like after a game, I would like go
You
straight
didn't
to the
bump
locker
into
room.
each other? No?
We didn't.
Nah,
physically
yeah,
bump
that
into
wasn't-
each other. No, because he
Honestly,
as a
we had-
receiver, we would never be on the field at the same time.
You're both receivers?
We're both receivers.
Yeah.
So a
probably-
Well,
receiver,
somebody I was.
a
I don't
receiver
know.
is somebody who catches the ball from the quarterback.
man.
It just
A
makes
receiver nowadays is something different.
Like that's what I'm done.
Yeah, clarify all of that.
Right, we catch the ball from the QB.
Yeah, I think the receiver catches some balls too.
yeah. So we professional.
This is gonna be the one that gets you guys in a
Football.
lot of trouble. And
No,
it
no,
ends
we-
all of our careers. Guys. Good
we
news
all
for
going
you.
down.
It might give you one.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have one.
I do have
this
one.
Is, this is
You
what we're trying to
shut
been
it up.
explain. Been
You
trying to
shut it
explain
up.
this to this
Shut it
guy.
Zip it up and throw it away.
So accidents can, traject
Anyway,
guys'
I'm not even
careers,
listening to either one of y'all.
through the roof,
Anyway.
to the moon.
You know what I want? What's your biggest payday? That's what I want to know. What's your biggest that one check you was like?
Oh, one check?
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe. It depends on when you gotta balance it against who's giving you this money and why you're
Facts.
getting it.
Right.
So if it's a corporation, you're like, it ain't nothing to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you're like, it's kind of weak.
Right.
And then you look at some where you get one comedy club I did years ago for a weekend, and they just kept adding shows.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of the weekend, I got a check for $150,000.
That's a good weekend.
And that's just at a comedy club. And I'm like,
Right.
God
Right.
damn, $150,000 for it's fucking dope.
What would be a usual like a weekend for a comedy club when you were like 20 years ago? For
Oh,
you?
20 years ago?
Yeah,
I
what
would
were you making?
maybe $1,500.
Really?
No way.
Maybe
Ooh,
1,500.
You went from
That's-
1,500 to 150.
No, that's crazy.
That's
Maybe.
right.
When you're like a no name,
Mhm.
you I was a no name for a long time.
Right.
You get paid shit.
Just come on in.
Oh, it's like, listen, we're gonna let you work our club. I remember when I started in Toronto when I started gaining like some popularity. So the one comedy club that I used to work for, they had a pay scale system. So it would be like A, double A, and triple A
Right.
headliner. So the A headliner would get 100, double A would get 150, and the triple A would get 200. That was the highest you can make
right
per show all weekend.
at this club. Right.
Right. So you do 6 shows, I'm making $1,200.
That's it
Right?
for 6 shows.
Yeah, but if you're doing them, you're gonna get $600.
that's not good.
And you know what I mean? So it's real shit.
Yeah.
So, but I started gaining a following, and the club started packing itself out. So the owners of the club was like, "Listen, we never did this before, but we're going to do something we never do for you."
Mm-hmm.
I go, "What's that?" They go, "We're going to give you the $200 a show, but we're going to give you $1 extra for every paid customer that comes in here."
Okay.
I was like, "Oh wow, that's so cool!"
Right.
So they said, "So you have the potential to make like about $550 a show."
Which
And
is
I'm like,
big.
"Well, that's fucking great."
Right.
I go, "Thank you so much."
Mhm.
And the ticket price was $17 to get in right then.
Mm-hmm.
These motherfuckers raised the price to $20.
to pay. They made
So
$2
they made
off you.
$2 and I made
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, they got you.
Hey, that's business.
That's the shady ass game in it.
That's
That's
business.
the business
Yeah.
model they set up.
But then, if you don't have a business manager to kind of assess that before,
I had nothing going on at
Yeah.
that time.
But
I
that's
was just like,
Well-
it's more money than I would have made. That's how I looked at it. You know?
Absolutely.
right. But now I'm sure that educated you going forward, and that's why
Oh, yeah.
people have business managers and accountant things of that nature
Yeah,
to
my
manage
brother.
their.
Yeah, my
Your brother handles your money?
Yeah, well, he's my manager, my live manager, and Paulie is my
Your guy.
film and TV guy.
Thank you. Hey,
You
give a
keep
call
it-
out to Canny, my man.
Keep it in the family, huh?
Yeah, you know.
as well. You should.
Would you trust your family? You know.
Yeah,
how many kids
exactly.
you- How many
First
brothers
and
you got?
foremost, excuse me.
How many brothers you got? Sisters,
Uh,
brothers?
I got one brother.
That's it. Just you and him.
Two sisters. In my immediate family,
Mhm.
I have 2 sisters, 1 brother.
Which
And on
one
my,
are you?
I'm the oldest.
Oh, okay.
And on my dad's side, I have five sisters.
Oh, Dad.
But I didn't know who he was till like preteen.
I grew up with black guys. I understand this math. It's good.
I got you.
I know this already.
Right.
Hey,
You know how many friends of mine were like, "Yo, I just found out I got fucking 10 brothers and sisters in Jamaica." I'm like,
wow.
"What?"
Jamaica,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, because everybody in Toronto is West Indian, so it was like, "Yo, I got to go to Jamaica and meet my brothers and sisters." I go,
Never met him.
"Motherfucker, we've been best friends for 35 years, and you just tell me you got brothers and sisters."
You know
I just
Nab
found
then,
out.
the super fan.
I know Nav very well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Nav?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's my man.
Yeah. I've
Your man, the super fan.
flown into Toronto, hung out with him,
He's
sat
the best.
courtside with him. We've gone to playoff games. Super
Yeah,
duper guy.
Nav's my guy. He's the one that makes me go to basketball games. I don't want
You
to.
don't understand basketball neither.
I don't like it either.
He
Really?
like he is like he's like us right under Drake as far as fan favorite.
No, he's above Drake. in
You
that.
think so?
Yeah, 'cause
Really?
he's
You think
also
so?
been around since the Raptors.
Yeah,
started.
since '95.
yeah.
But
And-
obviously, like I said, you know,
no, Drake is very popular,
but he has his own following too. Like we went in there, like I know, like even me being in Toronto, it's like I played in Buffalo, and then
Did you play in Buffalo?
I played in Buffalo. We played a game in Toronto, so they had
I
this whole
remember that.
thing. T.O.
When was that? Like in the late '90s?
No, it was 2009.
Same thing to you,
09.
though. Don't worry about
09.
it.
So you know, it had this thing T.O. and Below, T.O. and T.O. This and
Right.
that. So when I've gone to the Toronto Stadium Arena, it's like people like they
Show
have a
you
lot
love.
of
Played
love.
for Buffalo. I thought
But when
the
I
research
go,
I did said Philadelphia.
That's cool too. I made my
Five
mark
teams.
everywhere
He
I
played for
went.
5
I
teams.
made my
5
mark
teams, damn.
everywhere I went. But yeah, when I go into the arena, like I was blown away. Like I met Nav. I didn't really, and so he has a manager, Rinku.
Rinku, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, just saw him this past weekend as well.
Oh, at the
And-
All-Star game?
Yep.
Okay.
And we went out, and so so I would go in there. I go into the arena. We walking through there, and everybody like I expect people to say, Nav goes through there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
love
God, it is bananas.
Oh, yeah. It's
Superstar. He's a rock star.
Bananas.
You know, let me tell you something. Here's how great of a human being he is. I still have my house in Toronto, but I don't own a car.
Mm-hmm.
I used to lease a car and just leave it there. And then he was like, Russell, don't, you know how he talks.
Yeah.
Terrell, don't get a car when you're in Toronto. I'll take care of everything for you.
Exactly. I'm listening.
That's the accent?
And no, he's like, I could do him pretty good.
This is crazy. It sounds just like him.
And he's like, so Russell, don't get car when you're here. Anytime you come, I give you whatever car you want. So whenever I go to Toronto, he hooks me up and gives me a car, and then he just takes
Nice.
it back when I leave.
Nice.
And then I told, he was like, what car do you like? And I was like, I don't know, maybe like an Escalade, just something like an SUV. He went and fucking bought an Escalade
Just
for me to have.
Bro.
And I'm like,
the
a
most
good friend.
How'd you do
generous,
that?
most
That's a-
generous
it makes
guy
me
ever.
feel good and bad at the same
That's
time.
right,
You're like,
right.
Because you know he's a good person. You're like,
And it's coming
I
from a
would've-
good place.
Yeah, I would have just
That's
taken
cool.
whatever bullshit you had
Exactly.
laying around.
Right. But you go.
You
and
could have
bought-
given me a hoopty. I would have been fine.
Yeah,
But he ain't
so
got
he
no
bought his
hoopties.
friend an Escalade, T.
But he ain't got no
Am I your
hoopties.
friend,
He got
buddy?
that new Rolls Royce truck.
Exactly. He ain't got no hoopties.
You go buy me an
You
Escalade,
see what I'm
buddy?
saying? He ain't got no hoopties
You
though.
go
You know
buy
what I
me an
mean?
Escalade, buddy?
Oh man, you know what I'm saying?
You go.
I like do that person again.
Terrell, so good to see you, my brother. Are you good? Everything is Hamill's family. Health is all good.
Yeah, ask me if the Raptors gonna win tonight because they playing the Cavs.
So do you think the Raptors have chance tonight?
That's exactly what he was saying. I swear to God, that's exactly.
He
We're
been
going to take them, don't worry.
And he been with them since the inception of the.
Yeah, 95.
Was 94, was it 94, 95?
95.
Okay.
Super.
Because all the Raptors used
fan.
to come to we used to do these black comedy nights in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on the last Sunday or the first Sunday of every month.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be on every one of those black shows. And they would come. All the Raptors would come. So I got like pictures of me and like all these no-name Raptors, like AC Earl and
remember-
Doug Christie.
I remember Doug Christie. Yeah,
I got a
yeah.
picture of me and Steph Curry's dad. What was his name again?
Dale?
Del
Yeah,
Curry.
Dell Curry.
Yeah.
I found all these pictures.
Del
I'm trying to
Curry.
find the one of Dell, but I found the one of me and Doug Christie and then Vince Carter used to come and Tracy
Yeah.
McGrady. All
Was
them
big.
cats used to
Yeah,
come.
that's when they was big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when they was
Yep,
big.
yep.
So you know something we do on the show. We have a social status segment
Okay.
where we talk about, like I said, your social media,
Mhm.
like a DM that you might have got, or a tweet, or something like that kind of maybe rubbed you the wrong way or rubbed you the right
Listen,
way.
there's
Give me a
listen,
story.
every
Give me
fucking
something.
tweet and
Yeah.
Instagram comment rubs me the wrong way
Yeah.
because I have a very poor image of self. So everything I read,
Take a picture.
I take it. I read it in the tone of an asshole.
There you go.
Let me read you one right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, let's find-
It's just
find
random.
one.
We'll find
Let's
a
find
random
a
one. It won't
random-
even matter.
Oh, this is the first on the show. Like we pulling
look
up
at this.
some real time type of stuff.
Okay, let's see.
Say some social
Let's
status
see who left a
segment with
comment. Somebody left a comment.
Russell Peters. Hilarious.
Okay,
Oh
let's
my
just
I
click
hope
on
it's
the
a good
picture.
one too. I hope they're talking bad about it.
No, they won't. Even if they're not, I read it.
You
like
read
they
it
have.
as like, hey, hello, how you having a good day? That jerk.
Yeah. You
Wish
son
me
of
a good
bitch.
day.
Fuck your good day. You know what I mean? Where's one?
So you never like Ice Cube? Today was a good day.
I felt like Cube because today was a good day. Who was that? It was King T. I'm a hip hop nerd, so.
Okay.
Yeah, you ever watch Hip Hop Evolution on Netflix?
That's your show, right?
That's my show.
Yeah,
I
that's your
executive
show.
producer.
Congratulations.
No,
on
I
that
haven't.
too,
I have to
man.
check it out. Now I will.
We did a Southern episode in season 4.
I like Netflix every now and then. I Netflix and chill.
Wow.
Every time you Netflix and chill, you Netflix and breed. So maybe you should.
Maybe you should stop.
Man,
is what he's saying.
You busting a Netflix is what you do.
Yeah, you heard him. Yeah. Wrap it up, literally and figuratively.
Listen,
And that's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap this thing up.
Listen, I'm going to go with
Stay
this.
tuned to Get Your Popcorn Ready. We have our man
if you're not ready to die
Everybody,
for
let's
it, you don't
thank
want it.
Russell Peters for being here. We're about to wrap this thing on up.
No.
Whatever.
Basically, somebody can leave me a comment, be like, "Hey, man, I like your shirt,"
Right.
or like, "Oh, yo, that shirt is fire,"
Mm-hmm.
and I'll read it as, "Yo, that shirt's fire." Like they almost forgot to put dick at the end. You know what I mean? The shirt's fire, dick.
Right.
And like that's how my brain works.
That's your interpretation.
That's my interpretation of everything I read. Like I'm gonna take.
So
a
you
picture.
be an easy target then to just get you riled
No,
up.
because
I
I
just
don't
rattle his
respond,
cane.
but I get mad as fuck on the inside.
So
why,
nobody's
though?
ever giving you some material for you
Sometimes
enough
I'll
to
respond. I'm
respond.
like, listen, motherfucker.
So you do respond. So you can't-
No, I stopped. I used to do that. I'm like, yo, why don't you meet me somewhere and say that to my face? And then if
Right.
you leave with teeth, you did good.
Right. But
I straight up be like, want to fight everybody. I'm like, fuck you.
But you
Because I know what I
but you
look
didn't
like.
send it. You
I'm
didn't
not
push send.
intimidating looking. That's why I like to do it to people. Because I'm like,
Yeah, you
oh.
do like a banker or something.
Yeah, you misunderstood this
Yeah.
whole situation,
Like,
kid.
hey, I want you to do my taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like you're a little banker
Your taxes be all fucked up if I did.
down in Koreatown somewhere.
You know, Paulie used to be a tax attorney.
I didn't know that.
That's why he doesn't have any hair.
Wow. You see what I'm saying?
That's where
My
you went
man
with this,
taking
huh?
shots. My man taking shots at people.
Yeah,
Innocent
y'all taking them at me. Hey, y'all taking them at me. Hey, I'm throwing them back. I'm shooting back, baby. That's right. I'm shooting them back. You
Careful
over here
when you shoot.
laughing at his jokes and
You might
shit.
get knocked up.
Yeah.
Y'all, you over here laughing at all his jokes, his breeding jokes.
Yes, they're funny.
Yeah, Paul think
You
I
and I
don't.
are both breeding by
Hey,
accident.
that's all right.
Yeah.
Paul think I can't see through your big head. Him laughing back there. Yeah, I'm taking
right.
shots back at
Hey,
Paul.
that's what
over
we
there.
do. We shoot on him.
Do you
Get
remember?
your popcorn ready,
do you
baby.
remember Kazoo from the Flintstones?
I do not.
Kazoo?
Yeah,
No.
hello, dum dum. The little green.
Oh yeah.
That's who your head
Kazoo.
reminds me of.
Yeah.
That's a wrap, people. That's a wrap, people. We out. That's what I'm saying.
Thanks for tuning in, dum dum.
You know what?
Kazoo.
My man Russell Peters in here trying to take shots. Since it's his day, I'm gonna let him have it.
my
I ain't gonna go
God.
at him too hard.
Kazoo. That's gonna be your name.
But,
Kazoo.
I
Oh my
I
God.
gotta
You gotta
it now.
Google it, dog.
gotta
Oh
Google
my God. We're gonna change your picture, dog.
Or I gotta.
Oh,
or should I
get your
say-
popcorn
or should I
ready
say,
with T.O. and Kazoo.
Kazoo. Kazoo.
Oh my
Hello,
God.
dum dum.
Oh my, yeah.
Forget you.
Talks
Shut
just like that. Dum dum.
up. That's my man.
Yeah.
I hate y'all.
Oh my God.
My Instagram, don't fuck with me on this. I will block and report.
No, not the block and report.
Block and report. At Russell Peters on Instagram and at the real Russell P on Twitter. But really, who the fuck goes to Twitter anymore?
I'm
Oh
a
yeah,
tweeter.
it's a
I'm
lot of people
Twitter
active
guy.
on
Yeah.
Twitter. On Twitter.
I'm not. I just link it and I just.
Are you a Twitterer or you're a tweeter?
I'm an Instagrammer and I
Yeah.
link and then. But I have way
I'm a
more
tweeter.
followers on fucking Twitter. I have 4.2 million on Twitter and
Woo.
370,000 on Instagram. So I'm
So you
way.
need
My
to-
you got
balance
you got to
is
get
Yeah,
your
yeah.
fan engagement. You got to
You gotta
engage
get
a
your
little bit
Q
more.
rating
I
up,
don't like
buddy.
it, dog. I hate it.
You got to engage
I
a bit
try,
more
but I'm
on.
like,
You got to get your social media guy. What is Paul doing? Got
His taxes.
He can't talk. Never mind. Tweet. Never mind.
any you want to promote any upcoming shows? You got
When is this airing?
Next week.
next Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Oh, so
But
I'll,
we
What you
obviously
got
give.
I'll be in
coming up?
Columbus, then I'll be in
Columbus.
Toledo. The Columbus Funny Bone, the Toledo Punch Funny Bone,
Don't you have a
the Grand Rapids Gilda Radner Comedy
okay?
Festival thing.
You got a billboard up on Sunset.
Yeah, I got a couple of billboards out there.
Yeah,
you know.
man. Congratulations. How's it feel going on
you know-
driving down Sunset
Through LA.
and seeing
I have
your
yet to see the billboards.
gotta go do
I've
it.
had mad people take pictures of it and send it
And
to
send
me,
it to you?
but I've never seen it.
Go
So
see
you
it.
don't.
See how you
You're
feel.
not curious. Or
I
just,
am, but I don't. I was at the same time. I'm like, you know how LA is. You make one wrong turn, you're stuck in that traffic for the next hour. I
You ain't
can't
got
take
nothing
that
but
chance.
time. I mean, you good.
I got an audition today, Then I got to
For
go
what?
back
What you auditioning for?
for a Hulu series.
There you go.
Okay.
And then I got to go back to
Multiple
the house
times.
and shoot Big Daddy Kane's documentary.
Hulu has live sports. Hulu has live sports.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. You didn't know. Yeah, I know
I
you
don't
didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that.
Because Russell Peters knows nothing about
I know.
sports.
I have
Hulu.
DAZN.
That's why we have him on
I
the
have
show.
a subscription to
That's live sports.
DAZN and then ESPN Plus so I can watch UFC.
That's all you need.
That's it.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
You gonna
And
be
now
in
you-
town March 13th?
What day of the week is that?
I don't know. Sean Merriman's
MMA. We're
MMA.
going to
Is
watch
he fighting?
Yeah.
his company has the whole show, right?
yeah.
No,
They're
I'm
promoting.
in,
That's his
I'm in Denver that day.
Okay. You'll miss it. You'll hear about it though.
I've hung out with Sean Merriman once.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I think he's a cool guy.
I mean, he's got like I sense a bully mentality from him a little bit.
That's linebacker. That's a
He's
defensive.
big. He's
that's
a big-
Yeah, but
defensive
I
mentality.
don't fall for that shit. I'm like,
Why are you looking up though?
Because he's a big motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he's huge.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big.
I'm not gonna start nothing, but I'm like, man, just don't fucking be trying to eyeball me like that. Yeah, I met him through Chuck Liddell because Chuck Liddell's my neighbor and we hang out. So
Okay.
Sean and Chuck. are
Got you.
friends.
Got you.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, man, appreciate you. Thank you for.
This is the second or third goodbye we've done on this podcast.
You know what? We're gonna do
You know,
two
we're gonna
more.
never mind. Get your popcorn ready. Get your goodbyes ready.
Get your peace outs ready on Get Your Popcorn. Peace. Yeah, we just had the show with Russell Peters, man. I told you he's funny. I told you that's a funny dude, man.
Yeah.
You know.
I like him. Obviously, he has an Indian accent.
Yeah, he does it so natural,
that's
right?
his culture. But again, when he goes on to like really do an impression or impersonate somebody, it's hilarious. Especially with my guy Super Nav in Toronto, did an amazing
Right.
impression of him. So
Right.
the guy's pretty. He's pretty talented, I'd say.
You know what I enjoyed about his the authentic answer of him not knowing anything about football or about sports in general. Like I said, he watches MMA, he watches boxing.
Right.
He ain't watching nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of funny because we expect everybody to watch the Super Bowl or
Yeah.
everybody to watch the NBA Finals. He's like, no, I'm not watching that.
Yeah, and I realized that he probably only knows maybe 2 football players,
Right.
Not including you. That's
No,
me and,
no,
that's
not
me and
including
Ray,
you.
That's me and Ray Lewis. He just found out who you were today. And
That's
again,
hilarious.
get your
No.
Q rating up. I'm telling you, this is what I'm talking
you-
about.
you know what?
He knows who you are now.
No, we go back 15 years, so he knows.
You may have been in the vicinity of where he was 15 years ago, but he has no earthly idea who you are.
Wow, what a
until he
hater.
came in here and he saw this big ass forehead. right
Yeah,
here.
that's
Not
my
forehead,
guy.
almost
Five
5 head. Exactly.
Shut your butt up. You know what? It's funny. He doesn't know what a Q rating is neither. And he
No,
probably
he
has
does.
a big one. He don't even know it.
He
like I
has
said.
a general idea. He said,
Right,
yeah, it
right.
has something to do with popularity,
right,
which is close to it.
right. Like I said, I mean, he's like I said, he's known around the world, and like I said, we can put this whole studio into his house. That's how big his house.
Oh yeah,
is.
especially in Calabasas, you
Yeah,
get a little bit more money for your
Yeah.
little bang for your buck
Yeah,
for your
we-
money
we-
out there.
We know you're sitting on 15,000 squeet, Russell. We know what time it is. Or should I
Yeah.
say Russell?
Russell Petas.
Russell Peters.
Petas.
From Mumbai.
And that's a wrap, guys. Hey, for everybody out there, I'm telling you, subscribe to the Get Your Popcorn Ready podcast on Himalaya app or wherever you get your podcasts.
And remember to subscribe on the Himalaya app, or wherever you get your podcast, to get your popcorn ready. Yee!
Yep. Leave us any comments. If you give us some feedback, what you like, don't like about the show. Even if you don't like it, who cares? Don't
I know
like.
what they don't like. They don't like what you wearing sunglasses inside. That's
Hey,
what they don't like.
Everybody always says something about my shades on the inside. Hey, y'all don't say nothing with 2 Chainz where his. Everybody else.
You ain't 2 Chainz.
Right.
You ain't even
You're right. Let me
one
see.
chain.
Hold on. No, I got 1 chain.
Look at it.
And it just
It done
came.
broke.
And
It
no,
done
it ain't
on-
broke. And it just came loose.
It is
I'm
break.
No, it's not. It's not broken.
It's not on right now.
But it
Was
ain't
on.
broke. It just came unhatched. Hatch.
That's I'm coming unhatched. How? Yee.